everyone. Oh, can everyone hear me?
Hey up, everyone.
Hey up, everyone. If anyone's still in the chat, can you hear us? I don't know. Did it work? I wonder. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us. Hey up, Halogen Helix.
Yeah.
Hello everyone that's watching, and welcome to another episode of Tangents, because where the conversation goes, really no one hell knows.
We ain't got a bloody clue.
Not really.
And Happy New Year to everybody as well, by the way. You know, I'm going to be polite if you're not.
Happy New Year to everyone too. My name's Steph, aka Alternate, and the funny looking orc next to me is
Kev, aka Nuff Said, aka Captain Strong. Bo.
Alright, and in today's episode we are tackling pretty much 3 movies. We've got a lot on, so we've got something about Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, so stay tuned for that. We got a couple of things on Wonder Woman 1984, and Alita 2 could actually be happening. Oh my goodness. Let's crack on then, shall we? Yeah. So, let's go on with the first one. All these articles, thank you, Kev, Captain Strongbow, for sourcing these for us today.
It takes an awful lot of research to go on Google nowadays, you know.
Well, I was working.
Modern technology.
Well, I was working, so, you know, you had to do something, I suppose.
Yeah, I did. I went in and got some more tinnies.
Yeah, put you to some good use, eh? Anyways.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
That's about as much use as I ever am.
True. As long as you got a tinny in the hand, then all is right with the world, okay?
Oh, yeah, well, you heard me just crack one.
Well, true. So, Tom Cruise to resume filming Mission Impossible 7 in UK as COVID-19 cases soar. Now, I don't know what it's like in your countries, but Kev, is it safe to say that we are absolutely screwed right now?
It's a pain in the freaking arse. I don't know what tier I mean, I've stopped watching the freaking news, you know. It's just such crap at the moment.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what, you know. I'm saying that you got three villages and a goat, you know, in your area, so you should be all right. But no, I mean, where I am, nothing's open. Most of the shops are closed. You know, all I can do is go to the shops, buy some booze and some cigarettes, and that's about it. You know, I can't, you know, I'm not allowed to go see anybody. You know, I'm not allowed to visit family. I mean, my mum couldn't go see the grandkids Christmas, New Year's, or any of that. So, frustrating times, shall we say.
The long and short of it, we screwed. Hey up, Yellow, by the way. Thanks for stopping by, mate. So anyway, apparently, resuming filming Mission Impossible 7 in the UK. There's Tom Cruise being all Tom Cruise-like, just without the ranting and the shouting, by the way. But yeah, Variety reports Tom Cruise is set to resume shooting Mission Impossible 7 in the UK, this time at Longcross Film Studios. Do we like Longcross Film Studios, Kev?
Yeah, do a lot of business there.
Alright! Enough said. Longcross used to be...
That's the name.
True.
That's where it came from.
Longcross used to be a UK Ministry of Defence site used to test army tanks, but has since been redeveloped as studios, housing blockbuster productions such as Skyfall. Yeah, I'd agree that was blockbuster. Thor, The Dark World. Less said about the better. True, but what? And Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a bit, Guardians, a lot of people like it, but to me, I just think it's the music, the soundtrack that makes that film. In terms of the film itself, I'm not much of a fan of it. Much better MCU films out there.
I think the music on that one, the music just kind of emphasised it. the chemistry between Chris Pratt, Batista, everybody else, very good.
Nah.
The overall chemistry, the way they played off each other, I just felt, yeah.
Nah. To me, it's more a case of if you take out the soundtrack out of that movie, then it's rubbish.
Yeah, well, we've all seen your review on Spaceballs, so your opinion is null and void.
My opinion is not null and void. My opinion's just a little bit different. That's all. I'm allowed to have one.
If you like a slightly, well, been diplomatic, a slightly different viewpoint, you can check out some of the really old videos on this channel, or you can pop over to Movie World, where Steph has a little segment which is going to get cancelled very soon because of Spaceballs.
Well, apparently, if you don't like what other people like from their childhood and their nostalgia, and you bash them about it, then apparently people don't like you. Who knew, right? I didn't like Spaceballs. Deal with it.
Well, I didn't like you anyway. Your opinion on Spaceballs is just, null and void. I just didn't like you to begin with.
Okay, this is probably going to be like a
Thank you.
really.
Agree with me. Guardians, yes, and Yellow. She didn't like Spaceballs.
No, I didn't like Spaceballs.
Well.
Tyler, hello, honey. No, I didn't like Spaceballs, and might be controversial, but I prefer Doctor Strange over Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Come for me. I dare you.
Oh. Guardians of the Galaxy I've seen 12 times. Doctor Strange I've seen once.
Right. Okay. So.
And I own them both on DVD.
And you own them both on DVD. Okay.
Yes.
Well.
So.
With that, well, I just thank you, Halogen Helix. Mel Brooks isn't for everyone. I get it. Yeah, there was apparently there was humour in Spaceballs. I didn't see it, but apparently there was humour. And Yellow's with me. He prefers Doctor Strange over Guardians of the Galaxy. What? Yes, Yellow, my friend. Thank you. Much appreciated. You see, it's more of us than you think.
No. You mean two?
Yeah, Wings of Zeke. Marvelous saw yesterday's news. Yeah, until WandaVision comes out in like 3 days' time, I believe. But anyways, with that being said, let's go back to Mission Impossible 7, which is future news. Recent productions hosted at Longcross include The King's Man, Artemis Fowl, The Gentleman, and Death on the Man. Death on the Man? Death on the Nile?
What?
I don't know. That just yeah. I don't know.
You heard it here first, people. New movie coming out, Death on the Man.
Yeah, ignore me on that one. Death on the Nile.
Yes, Yellow, thank you, Yellow.
We're still beefing on Spaceballs. I can never forgive you. Oh well, okay, fair enough. Whatever. I'm your queen, still bow down and recognise the crown. Thank you very much.
The only reason we bow down is to get to eye level with you.
Bug off! Variety
You're
is...
the only person I know who has to use a booster seat to get to their webcam.
I'm not using a booster seat. Dude!
You're the only person I know whose webcam doesn't go low enough to get them at eye level. So they got a booster seat.
Wonder Woman dies on the Nile. I agree, Wings. I agree. And whilst we're actually on the subject that I've just popped into my mind right now, if you haven't and you're enjoying this content so far, do subscribe to our channel. Be our first part of our 500 subscriber set. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Now, Variety has confirmed that Tom Cruise is back in the UK after Christmas break stateside, with production shifting from Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden to Longcross. Leavesden, yep. The latter studio, which is in Surrey, in southeast England, falls within Tier 4, the highest level of restrictions. Although productions are allowed to continue under strict COVID-19 protocols, the film is expected to complete principal photography at Longcross. Now, for those that are not in the UK that don't understand Tier 4...
Oh, come on, the people in the UK don't understand.
For someone that's living in Tier 4 right now, because I'm in Tier 3... Booyah!
I'm in Tier 4.
There you go. Kev, explain to the good people on the YouTubes what Tier 4 in England actually means, in a nutshell.
What it actually means is you're in your house, you leave your house to go to work, you then come back to your house. That's about it. You can pop to the shops for essentials, i.e. tinnies, in my case. You know, I'll pick up a pot noodle occasionally or something as well, you know, just for some protein. But apart from that, you leave your house to go to work and then you come back again. Which I have a bone to pick with that whole idea.
But let's not do that right now. We are a political channel. You basically, in a nutshell, you go to work, you come home, you can go to shop for essentials, i.e. Strongbow, and then come back, but that's pretty much it. It's a quasi lockdown, basically. They're just not calling it a lockdown. Let's put it that way.
Lockdown, but you've still got to work.
Yeah. Now, the actor returns to the UK as it once again braves a devastating wave of coronavirus, with large swathes of the country moved up to Tier 4. Which is yeah, true, but I'm not. I'm in Tier 3. During the holiday period...
Because, like I said, you've got 3 people and a goat in your village.
Goat's having a happier...
Goat's the best looking one.
No, I was about to say, Goat's having a better time than you. During the holiday period, coronavirus cases have soared. Why do we need... Oh, yeah, basically, we're screwed with corona at the moment. But these numbers go somewhere...
The coof.
Yeah. But these numbers, essentially, we're absolutely screwed with COVID, but these numbers go some way in validating crew severity in enforcing virus protocols on set. During the film's last schedule at Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden, Cruise expressed his frustration at crew members perceived to be lax about observing distancing restrictions. That's quite a nice way of putting it. Cruise expressed his frustration at crew members.
Not been funny. I know the sort of I know the protocols they have to go through. And I guarantee that was not the first time he's had words with people. I can guarantee that is not the first time he's had to bring it up for people's attention, shall we say.
Yeah. But I'm just kind of noting on Variety's description of Cruise's expression of his frustration at crew members. No, Variety, let's get it straight. He absolutely bollocks to them. Like, ranted, shouted, ranted at them. Like, proper told them off. To be fair, to me, he had every right to do so, given the circumstances. I'm not bashing Tom Cruise for doing that. If anything, I understand his frustration and why he did that. But yeah, it's a very quaint way of kind of describing what actually happened. But yeah, I'm on the phone with every effing studio at night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us to make their movies. We already know what he said in the rant, so that's absolutely fair enough. But Mission Impossible 7 was delayed in October when 12 people on set in Italy tested positive for COVID. Production resumed a week later and returned to the UK in December. Mission Impossible 7 is directed by Christopher McQuarrie and is scheduled to release this year. On November the 19th, 2021. Alright, place your bets now in the chat. What's the betting that this is going to be pushed back like everything else that's being pushed back? What do you think, Kev?
I think Easter 2022.
Yeah.
That would be mine. No, he didn't so much pull their pants down, as in he inserted his boots so far up the rectum they lost their pants in the move. I've just seen that chat there.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to point out, one of the reasons I fully understand his frustration. They test. The crews you have, like your rigging crews, your construction crews, your shooting crews, they all have to be segregated. You're not allowed to mix like you did before. Just have shooting crew go onto set and have the construction crew there with the rigging crew and all the rest of it. They're all segregated. They're all only allowed to work on one particular part at a time, and they were all sodding tested. People, everyone on that crew is tested 2 to 3 times a week. And when he had this expression of opinion, the studio he was in had several other productions in there as well. So it's not just risking Mission Impossible as a production, it's risking closing that entire studio down. Which means Mission Impossible, other movies, TV shows, thousands and thousands of people suddenly having no work because breach of restrictions, and the government come in and say, nope, you can't be trusted. You know, we're taking your toys away. Done. So I fully agree with Tom on this. I'm sorry, but I fully agree with the way Tom behaved.
I do too. You're not going to get any arguments from me. In the chat, Wings Aziki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry, dude, if I'm not. Don't underestimate a psychopath like Tom Cruise. All right. Note taken. Yeah. Oh, a lot of love for Doctor Strange. Thank you. Yes. Loving it. Nuff needs a volume boost. Right. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Continue to talk, and Allergen, if you can let me know if he needs more of a volume boost, let me know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
My sultry, dulcet tones have been lost, overridden by your screechy, hag-like. Honestly, it's like nails on a blackboard. I tell you, it's bloody terrible.
Bug off. Anyway. Jose's still never seen Doctor Strange. Get on it right now, dude.
It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is one of my favourite actors of all time. Plus, if I was single and he was single, I wouldn't say no. Let's put it that way. But yeah, and I, oh my goodness, if
right,
you
Benedict
guys
Cumberbatch or Henry Cavill.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Ooh. Controversial.
You don't even have to think that.
See, the correct answer there, hun, is actually put your hands together.
Volume's much better. Thank you very much, Marcos.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Halogen.
She's going to mute me now anyway. So.
Oh my goodness. But no, I didn't even have to think. That was like straight off the bat. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a series called Sherlock, and Cumberbatch is the Sherlock Holmes of the series, and it's 4 series. Absolutely recommend. Series 4 for me, the last episode of that series kind of dropped off. I didn't like the last episode. It was a bit of a waste.
Way to sell the show, hun. Oh, go watch. Oh, right, we'll watch this. Oh, it ends really crap. Oh.
But the rest of it is really, really good along the way. Hang on a minute, I've got a doggy that wants to come out of the office, so let me just do this for you. Go on, Samson. Out you get, boo-boo. There you go. All right, then. So, and yes, if you... No. Samson 2021. And if you didn't notice, I am wearing a Popcorn Planet t-shirt. Go on to Andy's store on Teespring. I've got one in blue and red because when I went online to see them, I couldn't choose between the two, so I got on both. Basically, it was the that was the dilemma sorted.
I'm wearing one as well, as you can tell. And
Yeah.
I have my Yay Fisher mask for when I leave the house.
I actually have a Yay Fisher mask as well before they
Can't
shut
get them
Jodie
anymore,
down.
can you?
No, they shut Jodie down on that, which is ridiculous. But anyway, Jodie's Corner. Woo woo. Series 4 is a dumpster fire. Episodes 1 and 2 are really good. it's episode 3 that then changes it to a dumpster fire. For me, I just thought
Episode 3 or series 3?
episode 3 on series 4.
Right.
So series 4, episode 1 and 2, fine. Not got a problem with them.
Banging.
Yeah. It's episode 3 that just completely ruins it for me in that respect. You like the Robert Downey Jr. version of Sherlock too. It's all right. They're all right. They're doing a Sherlock 3 now, aren't they, with him?
Yeah, well, that's in talks at the moment, I believe. But I'll tell you what, my opinion, the best Sherlock Holmes movie is. You've probably never even heard of it. Without a Clue.
Michael Caine?
It's Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley.
Dude, I've seen it.
You see that? I love that film.
Sherlock Holmes is like one of my jams. Like, yeah. This is.
Phone warning, by the way, people. Sorry.
Oh, he's watching football.
1-0 to the Golden Boys. 1-0.
Yay! You actually know what it feels like to win a game potentially. Well done, you. Anyway, let's crack on.
Last game as well.
Let's crack on to the next one. Let's go here. Robert Rodriguez. Oops, Alita 2 could come back as a Disney Plus feature. So we're going to go through this. Yeah, we're going to go through this, and then the final ones will be about Wonder Woman 84, and we've got 2 articles to go through, because he found 2 and I couldn't choose between them, so we're going to discuss them both, because why not? It's our channel. Boom. Anyway.
Yeah, we can do what we like. It's my channel and we can do what we like.
Yes, we can. And good morning, Devon, as well.
My team's the mighty Watford FC, by the way.
Mine's Leeds United. Booyah.
I think you can actually watch Watford FC games on YouTube Premium if you're not in the UK.
Okay.
It's really bizarre.
Good to
know.
know.
On the Watford channel or something, because Watford has a YouTube channel, obviously.
Yeah.
Everybody does. You can watch them in America, say, but you can't watch them on UK. So I pay for that. I do not watch these things illegally. I pay for them. It costs me. I buy them on the Watford FC homepage. It's called The Hive. It's £10 to stream the match. It's all legit, and I'm above board. I only do that sort of thing for me movies. I mean, no.
No, you do not.
No.
That was a joke there. Quite clearly.
I own over 500 freaking DVDs, including TV series and all sorts.
Wow. Sounds like Alita's one of them. So, yeah, Alita 2.
I have that film. And I've also got the original manga cartoon as well.
Sweet. Well,
yes.
This will be music.
VHS to begin with.
Oh, old school. So this will be music to your ears then, and many others as well, because there is an Alita army out there that do want this back. So you might actually now be getting your sequel. Not yet. What I want to do is, because I've been thinking about this, I want to watch it with you.
You want to watch it with me?
Yeah. We're going to do you and me, and if Chris is around, a night where we get to watch this, because, and I'll be very, very honest with everyone, I am not familiar with Alita at all. Not a backstory, not the manga, no nothing. So when I watch Alita Battle Angel, I'm going to be coming into this a complete noob. And so, because there's so much history behind it, and there's so much of a fan base behind it, I want to be watching it with someone that has more of an awareness of like the Easter eggs and whatnot, so I can fully understand the film. That's where you come in, Kev.
That's where I come in.
Yeah, basically. Plus, as well, it'll be a bit of fun, because it's been a while since we've all been together and actually watched a movie and just chilled out like that. So, yeah.
This is true, and by the way, Chris, if you're watching, good luck, man. We'll be back to full strength soon.
Yes. Good luck with everything that's going on at the moment and all that lot. Hope it's all going well and jazz. That's going to be so awesome.
Now, that's a good question, by the way.
What?
Very good. We haven't even started the article yet. movie or streaming show, which will be better for Alita? Oh,
you're best to answer that because I don't have a clue.
Oh, now you see, my worry is with the current climate, with the current world situation, people are not going to be looking as much to cinema, to big screen. I mean, Alita to me would be awesome, epic on the big screen. A massive, follow-up movie, big screen, massive cinematic world. It would, I would, for preference, I would love a 2-hour theatre experience. Currently, I could see them trying to spin it into more of a series, which would be good in a way because you get to explore more of the lore of the world and all the intricacies and the backstories, which you don't get time to do in a one-shot 2-hour experience. But it just takes away some of the grandiose, the grand epic. You get what I mean? The grand epic feel of it, the uniqueness of it, the experience of it.
It may not. I mean, look at The Mandalorian. And before we continue any further, Devon, that's a good idea, actually. Elite watch party. Yeah, the more the merrier. Because if you guys come into chat as well, you can also teach me a little bit more about Alita as well. In terms, again, the backstory, the Easter eggs, and all that lot. So, yeah, it'll be sometime this year. Probably not this month. We're probably looking at next month, you guys, because this month with my work, January is like the busiest month for us. So it's probably not going to be this month, but it'll be sometime probably next month. We'll do an Alita watch party. I think that would be a good idea. Thank you very much for that, Devon. What do you think?
Yeah.
Alita watch party. Our first ever watch party as well, actually. We've never done one before.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. It's not just me putting up with you.
Yeah.
Share the love with other people.
Good save. Moving on then. So, Alita 2. Robert Rodriguez is a filmmaker that is constantly surprising fans. Well, tell us something we don't know. He'll go make a $200 million plus movie like Alita Battle Angel and then follow it up with a kid-friendly superhero like the recently released We Can Be Heroes. Other times he'll show up as a director on The Mandalorian and then be named producer on a future Star Wars series. You never know what he's going to work on next. However, if you're a fan of the aforementioned Alita and hoping that a sequel is on the horizon, well, that's not in the cards yet. Well, hang on a minute.
As you can tell, we haven't actually read the articles. We just pick them for the headlines and we roll with it because, hey, what's the point of doing proper research when you get your honest reactions as we go through articles?
There you go. You get to see our honest reactions of, huh? You said Alita could come back, but now you're saying it's not in the cards. Like, article, make your mind up here. Speaking to Forbes, Rodriguez wasn't able to confirm that Alita 2 is in development, but the filmmaker was quick to say that anything is possible. Well, yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll end up getting a green light as a Disney Plus feature. We all know that Disney is a studio willing to spend big on streaming projects, right? Yeah, but...
No, they've done it with Star Wars because Star Wars is a recognised IP.
Yeah. Alita is a recognised IP, but it's not.
But Star Wars is not. It's not a Star Wars.
Yeah.
You follow my meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney wasn't spending big on streaming projects. No, they spent big on the Star Wars IP.
They spend big on IPs that will give them return profit, no matter how rubbish it is. Rise of Skywalker. Oh,
no.
If you haven't seen that video, by the way, I did a rant on the Rise of Skywalker, so, afterwards, have a gander about our channel. You'll find it. It was released recently. I did a rant on it. Have fun with that.
A little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit of a rant. Oh, I really hate that movie. Oh, I hate it.
Tiny, teeny, tiny Steph rant.
Hate it.
Felt about 7 hours long.
Oh. Do you know what? Before it was edited down, it was probably about 7 hours long, to be fair. I had a lot to say. Rodrigo said, I think anything is possible. Disney bought Fox and they have Disney Plus, so that is worth the conversation. I know other people would love to see another, and I would love to do another one too. As far as where it would go, how it would be made, I think streaming has opened up many opportunities, such as sequels. It's already a pre-sold concept. It's already got a built-in audience that wants to see it, and then it's delivered to them in a way that's the easiest for them to consume. So it's not a bad idea. So this article is essentially in recognising that there is a request for Alita 2.
Hey, Richard.
Hang on a minute. Hey up, Richard. Everyone says hi. So, yeah, that was my partner,
Today
Richard.
on the Planet of Nerds, we have a special guest appearance by...
Richard! You guys...
He had his pants on this time.
True. But... But, right, no. Check this out. You know, whenever I'm online streaming late at night with you guys on, let's say, Popcorn Planet, and I'm a little bit on the quiet side, it's because of him. He's asleep. So if I'm ever, like, really, really quiet, that's why. That
Let's just
sticks
pretend he's
asleep
asleep now, shall we?
No.
Let's just pretend he's asleep now, shall we?
No. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying was, so this article essentially...
Yes. Sorry, just seeing in the chat. Wings just trying to watch his rise. It's too awful to finish.
You're not missing much, dude. You're not missing much
dude,
at all.
dude.
Seriously.
That's 2 hours of your life you'd never get back.
Nah. Just watch my video. A Steph rant analysis on the rise of Skywalker on the Planet of Nerds after this. It'll tell you all you need to know. You don't even have to watch the movie. Just watch that instead.
Salient plot points. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this article here is, yeah, you're right, Marcos. This is just a fluff piece. It's really Rodriguez recognising that there is a following, an Alita army that's calling out for sequel 2. And what he's doing now is he's trying to bolster that to try and get a sequel. He knows that the chances of it being a cinematic sequel is low at the moment because of everything that's going on in the cinematic world and whatnot with COVID.
And the fact it didn't do brilliantly.
And it didn't do that well in the first place, unfortunately. So streaming's the next best thing. Not bad idea in terms of how he's trying to do it. Here we go. Yeah, there's been some attempt at making Alita 2 a social media movement, though nothing has really come of it. Ultimately, the first Alita is a flawed but beautiful tech demo that does open itself up for sequels. Unfortunately, the cost associated with that sort of film makes a sequel seem almost impossible, even if Disney were to make it solely for streaming. Even if Alita 2 doesn't happen, there's definitely one project that film fans will be excited to know is on the way. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of Rodriguez's vampire action film From Dusk Till Dawn, the filmmaker has confirmed that a new 4K remaster of the feature is on the way. Is that film any good?
Oh yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, the first one. Harvey Keitel, Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney. Yeah, good film. Good film.
You had me at Tarantino.
Huh?
You had me at Tarantino. Is it ultra violence like Tarantino? Because I love ultra violence. You know me.
Yes.
Blood, gore. But is it Steph?
Can I get a fucking word in? Right, Richard's asleep. Richard's asleep. He's asleep. Shh.
Fuck off. Anyway, go on.
It's a film of two halves.
Right.
The first half is all set up.
Yeah.
And the second half is all insane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and James has finally decided to show up.
Hey up, James! Hello! How do, my friend? We're just talking about the possibility of Alita 2. There was this article with the title says,
show him the headline.
Roger Rodriguez hopes Alita 2 could come back as a Disney Plus feature. Indicates that there might be a strong thing from Disney to do a series for Alita 2 on Disney Plus. But it ends up that Rodriguez is just saying he hopes that happens, but there's not really anything definite. He's just kind of putting the foot in the water and just putting it out there in the universe.
Well, I mean, it's out there in the universe already, you know what I mean?
Is it Steph friendly as well?
Yes.
Good. Sold?
Yes. And also, the series wasn't too bad either. I don't know whether anybody actually watched the series. I only watched the first season. They did a TV. Well, I can't remember what service it was. A few years back, like 5-6 years back, I think it was. Did her From Dusk Till Dawn series. I only watched the first season, but the first season was good. Second season, I didn't watch. You know, it was one of those. I watched the whole thing, and then you know, you got a year and a half or whatever it is before the next one comes out, and it kind of skips your mind. You know.
Well,
one of those things.
Let me actually watch the movie first before I consider any series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's got Danny Trejo in it. Cheech Martin. You know, it's got the usual crew, Rodriguez crew in it. Yeah. So.
Well, anyway. Playlist or theplaylist.net. Your article sucks.
Yes. It does seem like a Read Got This Covered article.
Yeah. Your article sucks, dudes. Moving swiftly on.
But yeah, Halogen, you're right. Yeah. I like the way they took the first movie and they expanded it into whatever it was, a 15 episodes or 20 episode series. I really liked it because they explored a little bit more of the lore behind it as well. You know, I like a little bit of world building and stuff, but it still had the insaneness of the movie, so it was worth it to me.
Now, on this one, Wonder Woman 1984, there's a big massive divide. You either love this film or you hate this film. This is kind of what I have gathered with what everyone's saying. We've got two articles here.
We have done a review on it ourselves. We had the whole crew, me, Chris, and Steph.
Yep.
Did like our initial reactions just after watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That's here as well. So, and yeah, I'm not going to tell you my verdict on it. You'll have to watch the whole thing to find out that. But it wasn't the most favourable.
No. So, we've got two articles here. We're going to go on to this one first that you can see on the screen. The second one, though, we find out Patty Jenkins' original ending for Wonder Woman. So, stay tuned for that, you guys. In the meantime, we have now found out, and to me, this is no surprise, that Wonder Woman 1984 is apparently now the lowest rated DCEU movie ever, according to Bounding Into Comics.
It is actually a shock to me.
No, it's not to me.
Birds of Prey I thought was worse.
No. Wonder Woman 84 is worse.
Ooh.
At least at the end, you've got a better payoff at the end of Birds of Prey than you do friggin' Wonder Woman 84. No.
What, you mean the credits?
No. Dude, the end where the Birds of Prey all come together and the fight and all that lot. At least that's exciting and that's awesome to... I know it was so badly done, but when you compare it to Wonder Woman freaking 84, where you've got Maxwell in the... Maxwell Lord in the thing... and all the wishes are coming down, and she's just there saying, "Believe in the world, believe in your kindness, blah 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 blah."
Spoilers, by the way.
Blah 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 blah.
Spoilers, by the way.
You know, yeah, spoilers, dudes. Blah 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 blah. And then he kind of like renounces a wish, and then he runs off, and then that's it. It's like, yeah, no.
Oh, in Birds of Prey, the end of the movie, she gets a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, she gets a sandwich, but the fight-off at Birds of Prey right at the end is better than the fight-off between Wonder Woman and Cheetah. Don't even get me started on Cheetah, because that is a freaking travesty.
You're not getting an argument with me.
Boom!
I did say Cheetah, the fucking makeup and costume in Cats than Cheetah was. So when I'm saying Cats look better than Cheetah, no, there's an issue.
Do you know what? That might actually be a really good nerd war for Andy. Which is the worst DCEU movie? Wonder Woman 84 or Birds of Prey? Ah, yeah. I'll pitch that to Andy and see what he thinks to it. Anyways, Hi, Andy, by the way. Wonder Woman
He watches us.
No, sometimes he does. I know he's a bit busy at the moment because it's New Year, so family and stuff, and he's pre-recorded a lot of stuff that he's released this week, so yeah. There's one that he's actually released that I watched on Popcorn Planet. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Go see it. It's really, really good, feel-good video. Yeah, the one where he was paying it forward with that maid.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, dude, you're missing out. Go watch it afterwards. But yeah, according to
James, you've done that joke already.
Which one?
James, you have done that joke already, the 1984 joke.
I love 1984. Oh, well, really paints a fleshed out but horrified world. The way it delves into language and how the past doesn't objectively exist was fascinating. Really love 1984. I agree, James. I agree.
Yes, but my point is he's done that joke before. Every stream that brings up 84, he makes the... And then he'll come back and go, oh, you on about the movie? And yes, Devon, when Cats looks better, you know you have a problem.
Okay, hang on. Allergens Helix. The CGI is bad, the script is bad, the acting is good. You nearly was right. The CGI is bad, the script is bad, the acting is bad. Okay, I'll grant you Chris Pine. I'll grant you Chris Pine.
Pedro as well.
And Pedro as well.
He was chewing the scenery on
Pedro,
every scene.
Pedro Pascal, I'll grant you them too. The rest of them, down the freaking toilet.
There is another good performance in there.
Who?
Vig. I always call her Vig.
Kristen Vig?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did a really amazing performance of Christian Wig. She made the Vig character come to life. There was no cheater there. She just played herself really, really well.
Yeah, no, that don't count. The rest of them can go down the toilet as far as I'm concerned. Bang, bang, bang. Down the toilet you go.
James, I'm lots of fun. I'll give you some walk.
Alita, 170mm CGI budget versus Wonder Woman 1984, 200mm CGI budget. Yeah. And look at where that 200mm got you.
Oh,
it was absolute mess of
started.
CGI.
The picture is right there.
There you go. Her running, her flying, cheetah. Oh yeah, 200mm. Well spent, dude. Like, no. No. And IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes seem to agree with us because their scores have fallen to the point that the DC film is now the worst rated of the extended universe. IMDb, an Amazon site, because Amazon seems to own everything these days, gives it a star rating of 5.6 out of 10 with 90,653 user votes. That's lower than Birds of Prey's current score of 6.1 and Suicide Squad's 6.0 score, formerly the lowest scoring DCEU film after over 596k user votes.
See, I disagree with that. I thought Suicide Squad was way better than Birds of Prey. At least you could have fun with Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey is still better than Suicide Squad because Suicide Squad just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, we got to rescue her again. Oh, we got to rescue her again. Oh, we got to go back and rescue her again. The storyline was a freaking mess. At least Birds of Prey was a little bit more linear. It was more moving forward.
The storyline in Birds of Prey
compared... No, linear. Linear. I didn't say better. I said linear. Big major difference.
A bit of Strongbow just come out my nose and I was said that. Oh, that burns.
You probably have Strongbow as your blood rather than actual blood these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. I'm not saying a word.
But on the flip side, the first Wonder Woman is the highest scoring DCEU movie among fans at 7.4. Shazam and Man of Steel tie for second right behind it, both have a 7.0 score. Most users, approximately 39k people who rated Wonder Woman 84, gave it 5, 6 or 7 stars. And the score is on par with Green Lantern's 5.5 stars. That is worse by a small margin. But while a DC movie, Green Lantern is not considered an extended universe film. So it doesn't count.
It's just true.
So it doesn't count.
True. It's not. And you know it's a bad movie when the star of your movie takes every opportunity in other movies to rip the piss out of it.
Well, check this out. Rating by demographic. Now, this is quite interesting to see. Looky here. So, females, essentially, like it more than males.
Yes.
But, when you average it out with all ages, 5.5 to 6.2.
Fairly even.
Fairly even. A little bit more, but it's not that much. Which I'm quite surprised about in a way. I kind of thought that if you saw the demographic between everyone that was voting, whether it was a good film or a bad film, that the females would out overwhelmingly over the males say, this is a fantastic film, yay, it's females, feminism, woo woo, kind of thing. But no, that's not happened at all. That's not a good thing. That's not good. When that's supposed to be, like, you know, the director, like, Wonder Woman, you know, when she's, like, the director's, like, the female audience, this, that, and the other, try to cultivate that. And the females don't score it that higher than the males. Yeah, do that. You got a problem.
Well, not being funny. I mean, I don't know where this come from, but another YouTuber that I watch, I don't know where he got the figures from, but he worked it out with Birds of Prey. More women went to see Rambo: Last Blood at the cinema than went to see Birds of Prey, a all-female-led cast girl power movie. And more women went to the cinema to watch Rambo than went to watch Birds of Prey. Because, and that just proves, it's not about your gender, it's about making a good, sodding movie. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. There's the statistics, there's the empirical facts, right there, you guys. Wonder Woman 84 score on Rotten Tomatoes among critics is a little better, but not by much. With 350 reviews counted, RT gives the film a score of 61%. No disrespect, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes as far as I can frickin' throw them.
No. Alright, hold on. I've just pulled up Birds of Prey on IMDb for their demographic as well.
Yeah.
Right, so let's have a look here. What have we got? Right, all ages. Right, male 5.9 to females 6.7. 6.2 to 6.5 under 18. 6.1 to 6.9, 18 to 29. 30 to 44 is 5.9 male to 6.5 female, and 45 plus 5.7 to 6.2. Which is pretty in line with what Wonder Woman is. Yeah. I mean, granted, it's got slightly more reviews, so...
Well, yeah, it'll have slightly more reviews because it's the only freaking movie that's out at the moment. Yes.
Well, didn't they try and pin it as the biggest selling comic book movie, the biggest grossing comic book movie of the year?
Oh, Devon, though, I bet DC was embarrassed when Sonic the Hedgehog beat Birds of Prey in the box office. Probably, but I have to admit, Sonic the Hedgehog, for me, is my movie of 2020. My movie of 2020 is Sonic.
There's hardly any that have come out in the cinemas.
Don't care. My movie of the year is still Sonic. It proved that you can actually do a solid, good game turning into a movie situation, and that was Sonic. And Jim Carrey
Doom was a good movie.
Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Oh my goodness, freaking inspired.
I'm sorry, but Doom was a good movie. I liked Doom. Come at me.
Nah, it's Sonic. When it comes to like game movies, nah, I want escapism that's fun and light and airy, and Sonic the Hedgehog was all that for me. And you had the rings and how they used the rings as well as being like portholes into like different dimensions and different worlds, and oh my goodness, it was so wonderful. I loved it, and I'm so glad that they did change the CGI on Sonic in the end, that they actually did listen to the outcry, and that was just amazing.
But that's a sign of, that's one thing I like. I think a lot of people who wouldn't have gone to see that movie actually did go to see that movie because they were like, yeah, you know, they would have been on the fence, you know, like Sonic game or what the games, and they would have gone, yeah, I'm a bit on the fence about that. But when the director comes out and says, all right, we've listened to what the fans want,
yeah,
we're going to go and redo it, that makes a lot of people who are sitting on the fence go, you know what, I'll actually give it a try. Because they're actually listening to us, they're giving us, they're listening to what we're saying. So yeah, I'll give it a try, see how they do. Whereas beforehand, they would have just been like, I'll wait for it to come out on VOD. You get what I mean? It gives a bit more. People would respect that a little bit more, and you know, willing to give you a bit more if you listen to the fans and give the fans what they want. And people are more inclined to go with it. So.
Still a good movie. And right at the end where Tails comes out of one of the rings.
I've only seen it once.
Oh, I'm like, yes, the universe can expand. I love this. They're doing a Super Mario Brothers movie, but it's not, I don't think it's live action. From what Andy's reported on the Popcorn Planet last year when he were talking about it, it seems to be more like a animation type deal situation going on. I don't know. I hope that one day.
If we're talking animation movies as well, then have you not seen the CGI? Some of the CGI Resident Evil movies?
No.
They're worth a watch.
Meh.
Some of those are really worth a watch.
Fair enough. I hope though that one day they've got the balls to do a live action remake of Mario Brothers, to actually do it right this time.
No. You mean actually make a Mario Brothers movie?
Pretty much, yeah.
Not a movie set in an alternative dimension where we just tag on the name Mario.
Pretty much, yeah.
Put in a really fucking lame bit of product placement with the freaking Nintendo scope.
I want Mushroom World. I want Yoshi's Castle. I want Luigi's Haunted Castle. I want the whole lot in that world, live action. I just want the whole lot in it. Princess Peach, the all lot, the Goombas, everything, but proper in like Super Mario World.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed wasn't too bad either. Thank you very much. I've got that as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry. Yeah, no, Assassin's Creed was a pretty damn good movie actually.
But yeah, I would love them to right the wrongs of that particular movie and be like, no, we can actually do it right. Here you go, and we absolutely love it, and it'll be absolutely awesome. And not to have their last freaking names as Mario and Luigi, not Mario and Luigi kind of thing. They need to have better last names, dudes. Like, come on.
No, you just don't tell the last names because they never reveal the last names in the game.
I know, but if you're gonna reveal last names, freaking do it better. You know, that's just anyway. Wonder Woman 84.
Don't do it at all. You don't need to.
True. Wonder Woman 84, so it previously stood at 62% a day or two ago and has been dropping quickly since. The same is true for its IMDb score, as people keep giving it negative reviews. So, as we speak, it's probably decreased. After advanced reviews, Wonder Woman's 84's Rotten Tomatoes score was much higher at 89%. Now, this is why I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, because this has happened before. For like the advanced reviews and previews, right, when a movie before it comes out, you go on Rotten Tomato and it's like, oh, it's brilliant, it's amazing, it's this, it's that, it's the other, and you get so psyched to watch it, and then you watch it and you're like, what freaking movie did you see? Because it's completely different.
I didn't like Need for Speed the movie, to be honest with you.
No, I didn't either.
Actually, not a lot of people know about it. It's a film called In the Name of the King.
Seen it, Jason Statham.
Which was loose, yeah. It's a poor man's Lord of the Rings, and it's just good bit of fantasy fun with a pretty damn big cast, based on the loosely based on the Dungeon Siege, if I remember correctly. Oh, and by the way, I've just gone on IMDb.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is now at 5.5.
Bye.
5.6.
And people saying it's a good... Do you know what? I mean, this is the thing, right? Whenever I say that I think it's a bad movie or I don't like the movie, I'm not disparaging those that do like it. More power to you. If you liked Wonder Woman 84, you absolutely enjoyed it, and you got some good out of it, some enjoyment, some fun, all that lot, more power to you. Fair enough. Me saying that I don't like the movie, I absolutely hate it, and think it's a dial dog, what's it? It's not an attack on you. It's just, that's my opinion. I don't like it.
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
not
even
my
get a
thing.
T-shirt out of that movie.
Oh no! Maybe next time, honey. Maybe next time.
Didn't get fuck all from the first one either.
But viewers took issue with the sequel's tone, amongst other flaws, that departed from the 2017 predecessor. More light-hearted, it looked as if Zack Snyder had no input on the creative direction, though he is listed as a producer. Director Patty Jenkins and writer Jeff Johns worked on the story and the script, so they shoulder most of the blame from Wonder Woman 84's problems. Reshoots after a bad test screening may too be a culprit, but to what degree is uncertain. I didn't know they had a bad test screening.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not surprised, because the end result for me is absolutely rubbish. But I didn't know it was bad test screening for Wonder Woman 84. Whoa. Okay, then. Wonder Woman 84 didn't do so well in a few markets, including the coveted one of China. It came in a distant second behind a domestic release in its first weekend and dropped by 92% in the second weekend. Whoa! From 18.5 mil opening to 1.55 mil. Wow, that's a big, massive drop.
Freaking drop off.
Oh, that's a drop off the face of the earth, that. As if she's flying through the sky and she's trying to lasso on to the next lightning bolt, and she misses and she just plummets. That's basically what this film's just done here. Oh, and there's a nerd war that we did. It was either earlier on this week or last week. Time completely escapes me. Again, it's on Popcorn Planet, and we debated whether or not, Wonder Woman 84 ultimately is a good film or not. And let me just bring up
Uche. Fair play to Uche, being the only person who was defending that movie.
Yeah, props to him for doing that, to be fair. I absolutely respect that. But we had, I believe he is he's a filmmaker, novelist, and I believe he's like a screenwriter of sorts. His name's Cameron Pasha. Lovely gentleman. I got to meet him.
Yeah, producer as well, I believe.
Yeah, I got to meet him on that day as well. Absolutely kind and wonderful. So yeah, do follow him on Twitter. It's at Cameron Pasha. Now, I said to him, this feels like there's a film missing. So you've got Wonder Woman that happens in World War One, and then you're jumping freaking 70 years later, Wonder Woman 84. From a storytelling perspective, there seems to be literally a whole film missing between the two.
No.
And he said,
during World War Two.
and he agreed, and he said, it's ultimately, when it comes down to it, Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns shoulder most of the blame, if not all of it, because the strength of a movie, the success of a movie lands and relies on the storytelling, the story writing, and if you do not get that right, then everything else just turns to absolute shiz.
No, you can make the most amazing looking movie in the world ever, but if your script's 3 pages of dog shit, you've just made the most amazing looking pile of dog shit.
I said even amazing looking.
Yeah,
do you know?
No, that's what I said. You could.
You
I
could.
didn't say they did.
True.
You could.
True. But All told, Wonder Woman 84 is projected to barely make half of what the first one did. The twist, however, is the sequel is not only greenlit, but is reportedly being fast-tracked.
Yep.
Wonder Woman 3. Yay! I'm not excited for it.
Yeah.
I am so scared now for Star Wars Rogue Squadron with Patty Jenkins doing it.
Yeah.
I, to begin with, like everyone else, when we saw that at the investor screening with Disney, and it was announced that she was going to do it, I, as with everyone else, thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing. Patty freaking Jenkins, yes, yes, yes. Now, though, it's like, how could you mess up Wonder Woman 84 like this? How? Even if like you've got people that strongly love it and you've got people that strongly hate it, how could you've still messed up? Because it should be a film like normal, the first Wonder Woman, where everyone absolutely pretty much loves it. All right, then the ending's a little bit what's it, and we'll get onto that in a moment. But
Yeah, I was going to say.
But all in all, there's a universal like for Wonder Woman. Patty Jenkins has failed in this regard because there's not a universal like for Wonder Woman 84. It's completely divided right down the middle. How could they have messed it up like this?
I wouldn't say it was divided down the middle. I say it's more like 70-30.
I think it's more half and half than you realise. Yeah. I've seen like Jodie's Corner streams when he's talking about it in the chat. It seems to be half and half there. Some people love it, some people hate it. Other live chats that I've been on, same thing. Some people love it, some people hate it.
Devon, it's the way they work in Hollywood is they've already, generally a lot of the time with especially these big tentpole movies and stuff, they'll have signed contracts years in advance to say, yes, we're going to do this, you know, this is going to make us money, we're going to do a sequel to it, and they will have signed on actors, producers, you know, writers, etc., etc. They'll have signed them on years beforehand into contracts to come back and do the next movie. So if they don't make the movie, then they're in breach of contract, and a lot of people can get a lot of money out of breach of contract clauses. So the reason that these things tend to happen is because it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So instead of admitting failure, you try and, well, in theory, what you would do is you try and fix it in the next one. If you get, you know, like Highlander, for example. Highlander 1 was awesome. Highlander 2 was absolute dog shit. Highlander 3, they just pretended Highlander 2 never existed. And it was a much better film. I always like to use that as an example because it was just like, right, you got number 1, awesome. Number 2, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Number 3, two? No. We're Highlander 2.1. So.
Well. Yeah. But
anyway,
I think
right I've got to sort something out very quickly.
Absolutely fine. Well, I could do that. I was born with a gob. But I think that the other thing is that they'll just put it down to, oh, it would have performed really, really well if it wasn't for that dastardly COVID. I think that's pretty much what, you know, Warner Brothers and everyone will be saying. So they'll be like, yeah, you know, once it's all calmed down and everyone's back at the cinema again, Wonder Woman 3 will come out and it'll be like the return, and everyone will go back to the cinemas again, and it'll do well again. So they'll probably be blaming the low dollar signs on COVID and not see past that and look at it deeper and be like, no, there was an actual problem and it was the script and the storytelling, essentially. I don't think they'll see that at all. There was just halogen helix. There was just not connections in Wonder Woman 84. No reason for some scenes. Just a mess. Absolutely. There's one that, I mean, there's a lot of scenes that completely knock me off, that get me so frustrated. One of which was when she makes the plane disappear. Before she does, She turns round and she says the only time she tried it was once on a coffee cup and she doesn't know where the coffee cup ended up. So you're telling me that she's honed her powers so much that she's able to then, from a coffee cup that she lost, that she couldn't, use the powers fully on that and be successful, from that to a big ass plane and make that disappear. And she does it in one go and it's like successful, no hiccups, no nothing. From a coffee cup where she had hiccups to a big ass plane where it's completely perfect. She can make it disappear without any problems whatsoever. Yeah. Oh yeah, brilliant.
There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, Devon, which don't tend to come to light, but a lot of these things are agreed years in advance. So
novice. If this is true, you are. Oh my goodness, Chad. John Wick 2 and 3 directors doing a Highlander remake.
I'm looking.
Go. Check that right now.
Give me a second, hun. There we are. I'm just waiting on the computer. Alright, so I'm looking at this now. Right, yeah, I know. Background. Right, no, that's just filmography. Oh, I don't have IMDb Pro, so it's
true.
Is it? Where are you?
Yeah, I've just googled it. Highlander remake.
I just went straight onto IMDb.
I just went onto Google Highlander remake. It's in heavy development. Director confirms Highlander reboot is in heavy development.
Really? Ooh.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so tangents before we get on to the final article about Wonder Woman 84 and the alternative ending that Jenkins had.
I like this headline. John Wick director is trying not to, okay, I can swear, fuck up Highlander reboot.
Well, I've got one that's a little bit more friendlier. Yahoo Movies. John Wick director confirms Highlander reboot is in heavy development. Conor McLeod of the Clan McLeod is still planning return to screens in a reboot of 80s action classic Highlander to be owned by the director of the John Wick movies. That means, and it can only mean one thing, a lot of killing, a lot of action, a lot of violence. I love this. Providing an update on the project, Chad explained that it's in heavy development mode. Tweaking the scripts, writing, conceptualizing sequences, how we're going to do everything. We probably have a lot more in-person kind of things, but it hasn't slowed down our development process at all. But it's not yet known whether the project will be a movie or a series of movies or a TV show. But with the John Wick franchise, the director's made a name for himself as a capable pair of hands in the action realm, having spent many years as stunt coordinator.
Yeah, he did The Matrix.
Cool.
He did fight choreography and stunt choreography for The Matrix, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
I think was it Chad? I think he was actually Keanu's stunt double in The Matrix.
Sweet.
I think.
Well, it's just now explaining what Highlander's all about and the subsequent sequels and all that lot, which we all know about. But, oh my goodness! Yes! Love this. Love this. I'm just, yeah. I'm proper buzzing on that one.
He was the Neo stunt double.
I'm proper buzzing on that one. Sean Connery, rest in peace, dude. Oh my goodness. But oh yeah, and
there you go, Gerard Butler to replace Sean Connery.
Really? Okay, I can kind of see that.
Slightly older, still gruff and tough.
I can see that, which is absolutely fair enough. They must bring back Christopher Lambert somewhere.
Oh, he's got to have a cameo.
At least a cameo, something, an Easter egg. I don't care.
Maybe Christopher Lambert is the old boy. is the mentor figure.
Do you know what? That would be... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd get on board with that. I could proper get on board with that. Yes. Yeah.
You could see that happening, you know, Christopher Lambert coming back as the mentor.
Yeah.
So
I could be down for that. But anyway, so that's that. we just went on a little bit of a tangent there, but I couldn't resist.
Yes,
Highlander's
like
freaking awesome.
Problem with this is they're gonna have to make sure it's got a fucking good soundtrack. So we had this conversation before about beginning Guardians.
Yeah.
The sound. You said the soundtrack made the movie. Highlander, the soundtrack
Queen
was epic. Yeah.
Queen.
Well, saying that in the 80s, it seemed like a contractual thing. You make a movie, you've got to use Queen to do the soundtrack.
Flash Garden, yeah.
So many more.
Yeah. But a Kind of Magic is essentially the soundtrack album for Highlander.
Yeah.
Essentially. Which is an absolute freaking awesome album. They are one of my favourite bands on the whole wide world, including Alter Bridge. But yeah, Highlander's coming back. Bog off. Highlander's coming back. So thank you, chat, for that one. Moving on to the last article, though. Going back to Wonder Woman 84. This is from, I believe, the playlist.net. Again. See how reliable they are this time. Patty Jenkins reveals her original Wonder Woman ending was focused on human airs and less rushed VFX and pyrotechnics. Okay. So.
And by the way, Paul, yes, Queen is the 80s. I don't think you can't knock them. You can't knock anything they did, really. I'm just trying to think.
I would say Queen is more 70s. Than 80s.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Night at the Opera, Day at the Races. Yeah. Sheer Heart Attack.
That old love.
Sheer Heart Attack, Jazz. Yeah, they're more. How
much makeup do you put on?
I mean, the later albums before Freddie Mercury passed away, they're good. Don't get me wrong. But they're not as universally known or liked than their earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Put it this way: who's going to choose the Miracle over I don't know Somebody to Love? Done. Moving on.
Well, nobody loves me anyway, so I'll take a Miracle.
Yeah, 1979, so technically yes. Thank you very much. Live Killers, I've got that album. I love that album. Their best ever live performance, although this was the 80s, I have to admit, is Live at the Ball. Queen, Live at the Ball, Milton Keynes, Live at the Ball. Yeah. Okay, Live Aid is something else.
Sorry. Headphone warnings. Ah!
His team's losing now, guys.
No. Ref they just blown up offside. It's still 1-1.
Okay.
Oh, they scored in the 42nd minute. I kept that quiet. Please notice. I didn't swear, but.
Live Aid is something else altogether. But if you're talking about their own Queen concerts, Live at the Ball, Milton Keynes, I think is their best one ever for me. Killers, actually, fun fact, it was the most expensive tour show back in the day because of all the pyrotechnics and the lights and everything. It was the most expensive tour production as it was back in the day, the Killers tour. So yeah, bit of a fun fact for you there. You've got that on Blu-ray. Yeah, I've just got it on DVD. But I've also got the CD as well and the recording, so I can listen to it on my iPhone and whatnot. But Yeah,
You
anyway.
plug your CD into your iPhone.
You know what I mean. You do first. Anyways, yeah, Queen music is so good. Yes, it is, and Alter Bridge music is as well.
No, right. I agree with the first half of that statement.
Hang on. Alter
God, what's she doing
Bridge. Alter
now? No,
Bridge.
you can't play anything because we'll get dinged.
I know, but this is their website, alterbridge.com. Go on it, get educated. It's great music. Boomness.
Yes, and apparently the 10th person to visit the site gets a free cookie.
I've seen them now 4 times live and twice
Really?
VIP
Wow.
backstage, getting to meet them and everything. I loved it. It's awesome.
Backstage.
Yeah.
Backstage.
Yeah. Not a groupie kind of thing.
It's not really backstage. It's just because they're in the local pub and they put the instruments down to go get a pint. It's not backstage, hun. Don't big it up.
Anyways.
You know, the closest they get to backstage is because you don't even have indoor toilets, so they'd be out the back of the pub whilst you're stalking them.
It's not stalking. They want to meet me. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what the restraining order said as well.
Shall we grab...
Restraining orders are not a sign of love.
Anyways, if you're like me, you probably explain your love of the first Wonder Woman film by saying you really like the first 2/3 but hate the last act. We pretty much said that earlier on. That's because the first 2 acts are a fun emotional adventure through World War I torn Europe as Diana Prince and Steve Trevor fight bad guys and acclimate to this changing world. Then the 3rd act sees a mustachioed man transform into a CGI monster and punch Wonder Woman really hard. It's not great, and director Patty Jenkins understands that because the original idea was much more different. While she's spoken about the ending of the film several times before, noting that WW84 started changed it on the recent WTF podcast, Jenkins discussed it in more detail with host Mark Baron and spoke more about her original vision for the ending of a 2017 box office hit superhero film. Apparently, she filmed her original ending with a very human Ares, played by David Thewlis, fighting Diana Prince.
He's a good actor, by the way.
In a much smaller but thematically stronger ending. He is, to be fair. And in all honesty, Ares, well, I know this...
Hey, Spencer's in the house.
Hey up, Spencer, mate. Now, to me, that reads as on human heirs. But if you're going to say Ares, there should be an I between the R and the E there. Just saying. You know, but anyway, moving on. She says that was the only thing that the studio forced my hand on, was that it was not supposed to be. It was supposed to be like that he never turns into Ares, said Jenkins. The whole point of the movie is that you get there to be you get there to the big monster and he's just standing there looking at you saying, I didn't do anything. And then the studio kept saying, we'll let you do that. And then we'll see. And then I could feel it creeping up. And then at the last minute, they were like, you know what? We want Ares to show up. And I was like, God damn, we don't have time to do that now. And nope, you gotta do it.
See, that to my mind was a cock-up. They should have had her, you know, you have the whole bit with Steve flying off, you know, sacrificing himself, all the rest of it. And yeah, you could have her battling human Ares, you know, without the CGI monster, have her battling him, but because he's a freaking god, he's not bothered. You know, he's the same as her. And then after Steve manages to crash the plane, he's just like, oh, bugger this, I'll come back, you know, I'll get you next time, Gadget, or whatever. Goes away, and then you've got Wonder Woman 2. He's back in World War II.
Yeah.
He's had 40 years and he's played around and he's managed to get the world at war again. Because then you've got a continuation. You're bringing her closer and closer to modern day, and you've got a big bad that you build up over the course of 2 to 3 movies. Obviously, I'm just making this all up off the top of my head, so it would be, you know, I'm paraphrasing a buggery here. and you put a lot more thought into it than I ever do, you know, with anything. But, you know, at the end of the first one, you have Ares, you know, like I say, the old, I'll get you next time. And, nope.
My phone keeps falling. My phone keeps falling. My phone, it keeps slipping and sliding. I don't know why.
I'm not speculating. But yeah. So at the end of the first Wonder Woman, he's not the big bad CGI monster. He's just the man. And then he escapes, and Wonder Woman 2, like I say, you know, he builds up his powers again. He manages to start another war, and Diana has been retired. She's been secluded, so we never see her. You know, like she said in BVS, was it, or Justice League, whichever? No, Justice League. I gave up on humanity after World War One, and so she's hidden away from. She's retreated from humanity, and then she feels Ares' presence again during World War Two. So you bring her forward in time 40 years, you keep the narrative up, and you build up to a third. That would have been much better than, you know, generic CGI bad guy number 726. You know, with colour palette 5 on it or whatever, you know?
I'll tell you something though, you've just sparked a thought in my head. BVS,
oh God,
with what we were talking about earlier on with Wonder Woman 84, BVS is worse than Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman is not the worst DCEU movie in my opinion. I think BVS is worse. You cannot call a movie Batman versus Superman, right? And wait over freaking 2 hours for Batman to actually be Superman. And even then, it's like 5 minutes of them kicking the butts, each other's butts, and then they go off. It's like, where's the fights between Batman versus Superman? That is literally what the film is freaking about. It's what it's called. Hello? Anyway, rant over.
But you're not going to get more. You can't have more than one fight because it would, you know.
It's called Batman v Superman.
Now I wish I had Chris here. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I wish I had Chris here from about 3 minutes before we started the stream.
Right.
But anyway.
It's like, right, Mortal Kombat, Kang Lao goes into the arena, right? And in you don't have any, like, you don't have, like, say, Scorpion or Sub-Zero to fight.
Well, that's right, because you've got a wealth of other characters you can pick from.
You know what I mean? I'm just using them as an example. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. It's Mortal Kombat. Of course they're going to be there.
Birds of Prey is the worst DCEU movie.
No, BVS is the worst DCEU movie.
No. Birds of Prey.
BVS.
Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman, then BVS.
No, BVS, all day long. We did a watch party last year on Popcorn Planet on the members only stream, and my disdain for BVS is clear to see there, guys. I just do not like it. You're just bored. First 2 hours, you're bored. Because it's all freaking conjecture and talking and none of the fighting and none of the actual Batman v Superman situation. Like, there's no Batman and there's no Superman. There's no V situation. There's no fighting. There's no nothing. It's called Batman v Superman, guys. Come on, dudes.
Yeah, but you
sort
don't
yourself out.
It's not like a fucking boxing match where they go out for 12 rounds. You don't have Batman versus Superman and then, we'll go away for 5 minutes and then, we found you again. It was the build up to that. But,
2 freaking hours build up. Shut the door on the way out. That's freaking ridiculous. And to be fair, even when we did, we get the build up. We get the build up, right? And then after 2 hours, they do fight, but it's like 5 minutes and then that's it, it's gone. And Devon fell asleep during the movie. Thank you, Devon. Proving my point. Boring as absolute shiz. Garbage.
Yes, but Devon, at least it was still playing. You didn't turn it off like you did The Last Jedi. So
but yeah, nah, absolute garbage. But anyway, speaking of garbage,
there you go. Worst DC movie then: Green Lantern or Batman and Robin? They're not DCEU movies, but they're DC movies. I say Green Lantern is the worst, because at least with Batman and Robin, you can play drinking games like every time Arnold Schwarzenegger makes a really shit pun, you've got to take a shot.
Yeah, it's like it's so bad it's good kind of movie.
Well,
yeah.
no, it's so bad it's terrible, but you can have fun with it. Whereas Green Lantern, you're just sitting there going,
Meh. I don't know.
Yes, thank you, Spencer. It's good. It's not brilliant. It's not amazing, but it is good. And yes, you're right, Marcos. It was Birds of Prey was that, and they really wasted characters like Zaz as well. And the Black Mask. They wasted those characters. They were nothing like they were in the comics. Nothing. They just took. Oh, that's a all right, a B tier, shall we say, Batman villain. We'll stick him in. And they'll just completely change them and make them shitty and well, they're bad guys, so they're supposed to be unlikable, but make their characters unlikable, so you can't even appreciate their characters been there. And yeah, Paul, that's what I'm saying. Batman and Robin was so bad, but at least you could play drinking games to it. Green Lantern, you couldn't. The only game you could play with Green Lantern is fucking Russian roulette to see if you're lucky or not.
Green Lantern was. I like Will Morris. If for everyone that's watching and that's coming during our show, if you like this, then consider subscribing for more of our content. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Will Morris though has come in and just said Green Lantern was basically Ryan Reynolds' dating service. Yes!
Yeah, kind of.
Do you know what? Sold. Batman and Robin. That's the one I prefer.
Go.
You swayed me off the ledge there. Thank you, Will. But
next time, push her off the ledge.
No.
Sorry, honey. For you, it's a ledge. For the rest of us, it's a curb.
You. Anyway, so Pi Jenkins, Wonder Woman. The ending, it was rubbish. She says, it bees her off now because sometimes she'll read the reviews and the only thing we unanimously got shiz about was that.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, Suicide Squad is better than Birds of Prey.
Other way around. Because Birds of Prey,
Birds of
at
Prey
least...
is worse than Suicide Squad. That's the other way around.
Birds of Prey had a storyline direction that just continued going forward to its end result, right? Whereas Suicide Squad, they'd rescue Wallace, but then they'd lose her again, so they've got to go back into the fray to rescue again, and then lose her again, and rescue and lose her, and rescue and lose her.
That happened once.
The writing was a mess.
The whole thing was they were going through the city, they got her, and then they got shot down, and she got captured.
And they had to go again.
We've lost her a dozen times.
No, she was already trapped the once. She was already trapped originally, and that's why they had to go into the city to rescue her, right?
Yeah.
They rescued her, but then they lose her, and then they've got to go back in to rescue her again.
Yes.
But then when they rescue her, they get her, but then they lose her again, because then she's hooked up to the Enchantress's all tentacles and stuff, giving her all the secrets.
They get her out of the building. They go into the city. They get her.
Yeah.
And then they get shot down. She gets captured.
Yeah.
And then they go and rescue her again. That's it.
Right.
Because she's taken to the enchant. They rescue her once. Twice if you include when she's in the secure room.
But this is kind of like this completely proves my point that the storyline is a mess. Because it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
No.
Yes. No. It's stupid.
No, it's them working away through the city. They rescue her. And then she double crosses them, buggers off, gets captured again, and they have to go back because she could kill them. That's it.
Yay.
That's. There are a lot worse motivations in movies. Fucking Birds of Prey. I want the sandwich. Oh no, the sandwich got knocked on the floor. All men are pigs. So I'm going to blow up fucking Axis Chemicals or Acme Chemicals or whatever it was, just to say that I'm no longer with Mr. J. Oh, but everybody hates me. Why is that? I'm a poor woman. It's because you've been a bitch for the last 5 years. Everybody hates me because you've been a bitch for 5 years.
We agree to disagree. So, Patty, she says, yeah, peas are off because sometimes I read the reviews and the only thing we unanimously got shiz about was that end pyro. It's like fans always say DC always does this, and the truth is it was them. The studio did make me do that and it wasn't right, but that's okay. So, what's her excuse for Wonder Woman 84? I wonder. Sometimes people say I really love the movie except for the VFX in the end, and I'm like, I know. I ended up being at peace with what we did, she admitted. Unfortunately for Jenkins, the discussion about the first film seems moot, considering the sequel, Wonder Woman 84, has been released, and there is a whole new batch of discussions, predominantly bad, on social media about that film, and now people are less concerned by the ending of Wonder Woman. It's correct, because instead of now the end of Wonder Woman being trash as it was, everyone's now focused on Wonder Woman 84.
The whole of Wonder Woman 84.
The whole of it, though, yeah. It's not just the ending, it's the whole lot. And she will have had a lot more control over Wonder Woman 84 than she did on normal Wonder Woman. I mean, she wrote it in conjunction with Jeff Johns. So she'll have had her fingers in every single pie, including that trash ending, in my opinion. So I wonder now how she will explain this in the end, in terms of how bad it's been received and the ratings being bad.
I know what it'll be. It'll be the patriarchy.
What do you mean?
It was a female-led movie, so men didn't like it. That's what they claimed with Birds of Prey as well.
True. But we've just gone through earlier on the statistics of male and women voting, and it's close. Just as much women pretty much dislike it as much as the men. There's a small margin between the two. Women slightly like it better than the men, but all in all, it's very, very close still.
Oh, shut up, Freuden.
Is it 2-1? Are you losing now? Yes, you are, aren't you?
Yes.
Thankfully,
I missed the goal because I was reading the comments from my lovely viewers.
I'm
multitasking here. I have 2 computers on the go.
Everyone in the chat, if you're so inclined, just put 2-1.
What are you like, woman? No.
And Leeds is the best.
Oh, don't you even freaking go there. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Come on. Give me some more fish life. Don't do it. Don't do it.
How long have you got left on the game?
20 minutes.
Hey, Devon! 2-1.
No! Devon!
Yes! Algin Helix 2-1. Yes!
Oh,
Marcos 2-1. Yes, my friends. Will 2-1. Thank you. Oh, this is amazing.
One is not
Spencer!
immune.
2-1.
Oh, Spencer. Yeah, typical James following the herd. You know, James never had an original thought in his life, just following everybody else. Love you, James.
Oh. 2-1 to James. 2-1. Yes. We're just reminding you that it's 2-1 on the game. That's all. So, when you officially lose in the next couple of moments on this football game, what is
Not
your
gonna
plan
happen.
for
We've
the...
got 20 minutes yet to score 2.
Okay, yeah, good luck with that. What's your kind of plan for the rest of the weekend?
Well, I'm going to have a couple more tennies.
Mm-hmm.
Play a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
And get up and go to work on Monday. And hopefully we have no snow.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow up
Yes,
where I
know,
am at the
like I said.
moment.
Yeah, my aunt lives up your neck of the woods. She's in the local town, you know. There's 4 houses.
Oh, wow! That's more of a
I
city
know.
for us than a town.
Yeah, I know. It's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, and she's just whinging about it.
Oh, what up, Zil
Because she can't
Nation?
drive in it. Because she can't drive in it or anything. Because she hasn't really driven in 20 years, and she only started driving recently, unfortunately. Driving again. No, my uncle
Okay.
passed.
Oh, I thought you were saying that as a joke, like recently driving.
Oh, no,
unfortunately.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
like,
yeah,
what?
bad enough another woman driver, But no, so she's had to start driving again after 20 years, and yeah, heavy snow, she is not getting in a car and doing anything.
Well, I am staying put as usual. I can't go out because of my illness and whatnot. But
Yeah, not because there's nowhere to bloody go.
I have more work tomorrow. So there's that, and then work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Where the kind of like industry that I work in, January is pretty much the busiest time of the month. So I will be pretty much
January
working
is the busiest time of the month.
of the year.
Yeah.
Bugger. January is the busiest time of the year. It's the busiest month of the year. There we go.
Applause for getting it right. Give us some claps in the chat.
Yay! For the industry that I work in. So I will literally be working every single day this month.
And
There
get all
won't
the
be
cheddar through it.
pretty much, yeah. And there won't be any breaks. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan for the rest of the weekend and the rest of this month as well. Obviously, as well, in between all of that, releasing some great, awesome content for you guys. And let's just remind you all.
Not on this channel.
What do you mean, what? Not on this channel? On this channel? Let's just remind you all. Planet of Nerds. YouTube.com/The Planet of Nerds. We are on 281 subscribers. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed to our channel.
How many people have actually subscribed to us?
Yeah, it's very, very shocking and wonderful.
I really don't know why. I mean, James is here because I'm so good looking, and you know he's slightly obsessed with my orcish wang, apparently.
But just to kind of
It's a fetish you have, James, but you know we forgive you for it.
Let's just to kind of remind you what we've got going on recently. So, the Rise of Skywalker, is it a disaster? A Steph rant analysis. Go have a watch through that if you want me to hear me rant. I did a little bit of an experiment on this one. This is just a voiceover, just to kind of test out and practice out my editing skills for a voiceover
Trust
kind
me,
of video.
Guys, agree, say it's a great video because then you've got less of her on screen. This is never a bad thing.
We have our chat
Next up,
from
after we
earlier
get her
on
away
this
from
week.
doing videos, we'll get to. It'll be subtitles only, so we don't have to hear her anymore, and then we're good to go.
Well, we also have our collective chat from earlier on this week. Wonder Woman 1984. Is it a disaster and losing millions? Me, Kev, and Chris chatted about that. It was also 4 years to the day last week that Carrie Fisher had passed away, so we did a tribute for her. A little bit of a mini rant on Wonder Woman 84 from yours truly. Do have a watch on that one, because I've got a little bit of a challenge for you all towards the end, so have a gander at that. But also as well, thank you so much. My Mandalorian video, my spoiler review rant shorts for Chapter 16, The Rescue, has got over 1,000 views. I want to thank every single one of you that watched that, that liked it, that interacted with it. That's our first ever video that's gone over that milestone, and hopefully it's not the last. So very, very grateful.
Spread the word, tell everybody, like, share, subscribe, do all that usual stuff, and if you're actually a real glutton for punishment, come back next time we're on.
Exactly, we'll be on next week.
If you hit that subscribe button, click the little bell notification, you'll get notified next time.
Exactamundo. We'll be on another episode of Tangents next Saturday. With that being said, Gav, do you have anything else to say before we sign off?
Thank you to everybody. You're all awesome. James, yeah, you're James, you know. Anybody who's enjoyed any of our content, please leave a comment underneath, down below. Leave a comment in all our vids. Believe it or not, we read all our comments.
And I respond. So I was going to say we then. I respond to all the comments.
Her name. Hey, half the time I respond with my own account. I don't just go on the Planet of Nerds account. I use my own.
I do it official.
If you see this good-looking orc in any of the comment sections, it's me.
And yeah, thank you very much to everyone that's joined. If you're watching on the replay, thank you very much for watching us on the replay. And until the next